Yeah, 60 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. And that means we only have one set of each exercise per round, 3 total rounds. It's still 24 minutes of work, but the pacing needs to be a little different because when you're going for 60 seconds, that's a long time. So we've got some shoulder rolls and some rotations. I'm just loosening up the hips, letting the arms swing, totally relaxed, pivoting on the balls of the feet. And with Outdoor Beast, we've been mixing it up, different work-rest ratios, and it's really interesting. Some people are built more for endurance, and they do well when it's 60 seconds. Some people are built more for power and speed. They do well with 30 seconds, and some people are right down the middle, and they do well with 45. So we got our chops. Inhale as we reach up, exhale, chopping down. Side bending, opening up the outside of the hip, keeping the hips square, they're facing forward. And then this week we've got the evening class is tomorrow at 6:30. Just in case, I wouldn't expect you would do another one, but in case you know anybody that might want to try an evening class. And then the next 2 weeks it'll be on Monday. So we're just sharing the, spreading the wealth. Okay, hinging at the hips to get into the hamstrings. Back is flat or slightly arched. Awesome, guys. That's it. Good. Alrighty, and then we're coming into cross crawl. So knee to opposite elbow. Little march. Optional bounce if you're feeling like adding some impact. These days I like to warm up slow. Good. Okay. And then we're going to come into some very gentle bounces, super light on the feet. You don't even have to leave the ground if you don't want to. You could just pulse up onto the balls of the feet. Trampoline. Yeah, trampoline, exactly. Okay. Now alternating feet, so very low jog, super soft landings. Feet barely leaving the ground. Nice. And then we're going to take the heels up. So now we're activating those hamstrings. Heels coming up toward your butt. And good. And then we're going to take the knees up toward the sky. So you're flexing at the hip. Fantastic, guys. And we're going to go wide for fast feet. You're on hot coals, moving as quickly as you can for 3, 2, 1, and recover. Good. Okay. So we'll go through our 8 moves, and then we'll get into it. And we're starting with leg lowers. So you want to be a little careful on your low back. You're face up, you're lying on your back, your legs are up. So there's almost a 90-degree bend at the hips. It depends on how tight your hips are. Now your goal is start to lower both legs, but really pay attention to the low back. Make sure you can maintain contact between your back and the ground. Once you lose that and that arch starts to increase, it is time to bring the legs back up. You do not want to overshoot because you're going to strain both abs and low back. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, we're going to flip over to hands and knees for bird dog. And our goal here is to extend an arm.
My goodness.
and the opposite leg. The arm is going to shoulder height, the leg to hip height. You take a second to stabilize and square off your hips, and then you go to the other side. So try not to rush it, and try not to rotate at the hips. That's number 2. Number 3. 3 is going to be our athletic drill. We're going to add a block to the shuffle. So feet wider than hips. We slide across our space, and then it's either a jump reaching with one arm, a jump reaching with 2 arms, or no jump but coming up onto your tiptoes. So those are your 3 possibilities. Now if you have a lot of space, you might want to count how many slides you take before you elevate. Maybe it's 4, maybe it's 3, maybe it's 5. Be consistent. Okay. Number 4 is a plank with a leg raised. Now that's tough for a minute. So it's possible that you may need to modify at some point. This is, I was going to alternate sides. Yeah, we're going to alternate sides, guys. So you're going to, from plank, from palms or forearms, you're going to lift a leg.
This is the second most effective gluteal activator.
Yeah, this is very effective for your, both for your gluteus medius, and your gluteus maximus. Lifting that leg to about hip height. So similar in a way to bird dog, or there's similarities for sure, but no bent knee, no arm extension, etc. Okay, if that gets too intense, yeah, you can bend one knee and have that one knee resting on the ground. Okay, so that's going to be number 4. Number 5 is your squat with a lateral step. So this is the squat where we start with the feet together. Shauna's going to use a resistance band around just above the knees. So if you want to add resistance, that is one option. So the feet start together. You take a step to the outside, pick whichever foot, and then drop into your squat, and then that foot returns to center. Then we step with the other foot. So want to keep the back flat or slightly arched. Chest up, head up. Good. Knees to the outside. So that's number 5. Again, these are all 1 minute. Now number 6 is also very challenging. It's a push-up with a side tap. So as we go down, this is kind of similar to the squat. As we go down, one foot moves to the outside, and then we lower ourselves, then that foot comes back to the center, and then we go to the other side. Now you can also do this from your knees. And if need be, we just, we ditch that tapping motion. And if need be, we go straight from the knees the whole time. Okay, number 7 is a reverse lunge. So you can add extra resistance if you like. Feet are going to be about hip width. We're stepping backwards. As soon as that foot hits, that knee starts to bend, then the front knee starts to bend. And if you're holding a weight, it should be tight to your body. Try to control the descent. That's the key. Okay, and then finally, we're going to wrap it up with a hips high crawl. So this is the one where you start in down dog, a little softness in the joints, in the elbows and in the knees, but we're waddling. Unlike the panther crawl, where we're stalking, this is more of a waddle. And we can take it forward and we can take it back. Okay, again, a minute's a long time, so if you need to come down to knees and rest, do it. Okay, awesome, guys. There's our 8. So we're going to start from our back with leg lowers. Legs are up. Try to be conservative at first. Go slow. Keep that contact between low back and ground. Alrighty. We got 3, 2, 1, and go. First round, first set. So really tune in to the low back, but also to the abs. You might want to place a hand on your abdomen. See what you're feeling. Breathing is relaxed here. Often, as the legs are lowering to the ground, we're going to try to hold our breath. It's okay for a few seconds. Just don't want to hyperventilate. 20 seconds to go. You can make a mental note of how close to the ground your feet get. And we got 3, 2, 1, and recover. Awesome, guys. So we're going to flip over to hands and knees for bird dog, and you'll be extending arm and opposite leg in 3, 2, 1, and go. So you pick an arm, you pick a leg. When you're fully extended, level off the hips, stabilize, and then you can return to the starting position and then go to the other side. So notice, is there a difference in terms of your flexibility, side to side, your ability to stabilize? Do your hips shift more one direction or the other? Are you able to keep your neck aligned with your spine? We don't want to compress the neck. That would be looking up. And you've got 3, 2, 1, and recover. Awesome, guys. Good. So we're going to move on from the core to a little bit of cardio. So we have shuffle, shuffle, block, slide, slide, elevate. In 3, 2, 1, and go. So you set your pace. If you're feeling strong and you want to go fast, go for it. So the most intense version of this would be jumping high with both arms up. But you can also jump with just one arm, and the arm you choose could be outside or inside. Totally up to you. Like Shauna is raising the inside arm. Doesn't really make a whole lot of difference as long as you switch. So you balance things out. Your feet should be almost parallel, so we avoid turning out that lead foot. And the depth of the squat is up to you. It could be really a mini squat. 3, 2, 1, recover. Good. All right. We're moving on to plank. So plank with a leg raise from palms or forearms. In 3, 2, 1, and go. And this is a tough one. So this is the one where the recent research shows really an amazing activation of the glutes as far as body weight exercise goes. There's plenty of other movements that will activate your glutes. So as you lift that leg, you're trying to keep the hips level, not rotating there. And not hyperextending. Hyperextension would be lifting that leg way, way up beyond your hips. We don't want to do that. And we got 3, 2, 1, and recover. Okay. So we move on to our squat. So your squat's going to start with your feet together. And then you'll step to the outside. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Hips go back as you step. Then that foot comes back to the starting position. Now we're trying to keep that back flat or slightly arched. You can use extra resistance here. Shauna's using a band attached to the wall. You could use a weight of some kind, dumbbell, kettlebell. 20 seconds to go. The heels should stay down. Got the final 10 now. Three, 2, 1, and recover. All right, good. Guys, we're going to move on to our push-up with a side tap. So first decision, are you going toes or knees? And place your hands. You've got 3, 2, 1, and go. So with your push-ups, you want to tune into your shoulders. Sometimes we need to make some adjustments to make sure we're not exacerbating any impingement or pain or discomfort. We try to lower ourselves in one piece. So often the head will drop first, or the hips will come down, and then the mid-back will follow, and it's very disjointed. We're trying to avoid that. You got 15 seconds to go. That's it, guys. Good. Nice, Becca. Good, Kyle. Go, Brian. That's it, Rita. Nice, Julie. 3, 2, 1, and recover. All right. Excellent. And that's 6 done. So we're moving on to the reverse lunge. Up to standing, feet about hip width. And we'll be stepping back in 3, 2, 1, and go. So finding balance. So guys, it's all about controlling the descent. I can't stress it enough. I think a lot of times with lunges, people are just concerned with how do they look at the bottom. Does it look pretty? But it's getting there. I know it's cliched, but it's the journey, not the destination. Good. Try to keep that lead knee pushed to the outside. 10 seconds to go. You got 3, 2, 1, and recover. Awesome. And this is last first. Hips high crawl, so you're going to be in a down dog inverted V. And that is in 3, 2, 1, and go. So arms and legs nearly locked out. Little softness, but not too deep of a bend in the elbows or the knees. So this is a good one to stretch out the calves, the hamstrings, the low back, while strengthening core, shoulders, triceps, front of the legs to some extent. 15 seconds. Almost there. Then we get a short break. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. Excellent. Okay. Good, guys. So we'll take a minute here. Earlier, Shauna referenced Dr. Maffetone. So yeah, he's kind of with Gary Taubes in the anti-sugar community, and they are not alone. There's a lot of research about excess sugar. It's very interesting. But sugar has a big lobby, a lot of power. So okay, 8 moves. You guys did good. Couple of things to think about. Are there any movements where you want to add resistance? If so, it doesn't have to be for the entire minute. It could be for a portion of the set. If anything's not feeling good, we can change it. I'd say of all these moves, maybe the leg lowers are the one to be careful of, because it's easy to go too fast and then overshoot your ability to control the legs heading to the ground. Okay, but we're going to go to our back now for round 2, starting with the leg lowers. Okay, so legs are up, back is in contact with the ground, and we start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So take your time. There's no benefit to speeding this up. Absolutely none. Slower you go, more challenging this becomes. And by going slow, you have an opportunity to really, really tune into what your body's telling you. You might feel some tightness in the hips, but we do want the abs to do most of the work. Got 15 seconds to go. Three, 2, 1, and recover. And we are flipping over. Hands and knees for bird dog. Arm and opposite leg. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Extending that arm to shoulder height and the leg to hip height. Good work, you guys. About 20 seconds left. Remember, try to keep those hips level. It's very subtle. It is not easy to do. 10 seconds. If you're working out with a buddy, they can check your form. 3, 2, 1, and recover. And we are up for shuffle, shuffle, block. So you decide, are you going up one arm, 2 arms, not jumping at all? In 3, 2, 1, and go. We accelerate, we decelerate, we elevate, we land, and then we take it the other direction. It's a great little drill. Slide, slide, up. Good. Good, guys. Find your pace. That's it, Julie. Nice. Good, Brian. That's it, Becca. Go, Kyle. Excellent, Rita. "15 seconds to go." Three, two, one, and recover. Well done, guys. Good. So we're coming down to plank. Plank with a leg raise, palms or forearms. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Again, trying to keep the hips level. So that's going to be a pretty constant theme. If we start to rotate, then we know we're compensating. Good. Almost there now. 3, 2, 1, and recover. All right. We are halfway through the round. So we're up for squat with a lateral step. Going to start with the feet close together, and then we'll be stepping to the side. In 3, 2, 1, and go. So it's just a subtle addition, that little step, but it can change the way some people squat. So try to pay attention to what is happening at your hips. Are you sinking into one side or the other? How are your knees doing? How about your back? Can you keep your heels down? Awesome, guys. We got about 10 seconds left. Three, 2, 1, and recover. Beautiful. All right. Down we go for push-ups with a side tap of the foot. So we're in plank, and we have 3, 2, 1, and go. So it's fine to start on toes and then migrate to knees. It's fine to start on knees and stay there. It's fine to just hold a plank if you get tired. So you're now halfway. You've got 30 seconds left. Try to maintain your form. Again, it's not so much about can you get closer to the ground. It's how you do it. 15 seconds left. Three, 2, 1, recover. Excellent. And that is 6. Now, number 7 is your reverse lunge. So feet about hip width, and then we'll step back. In 3, 2, 1, and go. So your foot position is really key on your lunges. If you go too narrow, you might be wobbly. And then the next decision is how far back do you step? So it needs to be far enough that you can get a pretty deep bend in that front knee, as well as the back knee. And the feet should be parallel. It's okay for the upper body to flex forward a little bit. Good. It's also okay to hold on to something. You got 3, 2, 1, and recover. And this is last second. So our hips high crawl, we're coming down to down dog, inverted V position. In 3, 2, 1, and go. So a little waddle. There you go. Awesome, guys. You're halfway. So 30 seconds left. The pace is up to you. If you're feeling strong, you can pick it up. 20 seconds. Final 10. Want to finish this round strong. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome, guys. 2 rounds done. 1 to go. So before the final round, we're going to check in with ourselves. Shauna's going to roll out her hip and quad. Now, if you haven't seen that kind of foam roller before, it looks Rolga. It's got indentations. It's like a strand of DNA. But all kinds of different rollers. I like the classic one. The 36-inch, forget the circumference, 6-inch circumference, I think. Anyway, okay, before last round, just think about how you're feeling, what you got left, where do you want to push? And you could try to time that. I'll give you, countdowns through each set. Maybe you want to push hard the last 30, 20, 15 seconds. And we're going to start from our back. Leg lowers for the last time. Okay, so legs are up. Contact between low back and ground. We've got 3, 2, 1, and go. Now this one, we do not want to accelerate. Take your time. Less than 20 seconds. Doing good, guys. Let's get this one done. Final 10. 3, 2, 1, and recover. And that's a 1 down, and we're going to flip over hands and knees for bird dog. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Arm, opposite leg. Good. Level hips. You got it. Twenty seconds to go. Almost there. We got 3, 2, 1. Recover. 2 down. All right. So moving on to shuffle, shuffle, block. Taking those feet a little wider. Soft knees. Sliding in 3, 2, 1, and go. Good, guys. Find your pace. Find the height of your jump. 1 arm or 2 arms. 15 seconds left. Want to get our heart rates up here. Nice, good. You got 3, 2, 1. Recover. All right. And that is 3 down. We move on to our plank with a leg raise. Drill number 4 takes us to the halfway point. 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice level hips, neck aligned with spine. If you're on your palms, you've got your wrists, elbows, shoulders stacked. If you're on your forearms, you got the elbows under the shoulders. Now it's up to you how long you want to keep that leg in the air, if at all. But try to be consistent from side to side. Okay, you're down to 15 seconds. Doing great, guys. After this, just 4 minutes of work. Under 10. 3, 2, 1, and recover. And that is 4 down. And we're moving on to our squat with a lateral step. So feet are together at the beginning. 3, 2, 1, and go. Step into your squat. And then you step out of it. Good. That's it. Remember, optional extra resistance. You are halfway, 30 seconds to go. Now this is one you can speed up a little bit. Final 15. The last 10. And we got 3, 2, 1, and recover. All right. That is 5 down, and we're coming into plank for our push-ups with a side tap. Number 6. Set your hands, set your feet. You got 3, 2, 1, and go. No big arch in that low back. Guys, you're halfway, 30 seconds left. Find your pace. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and recover. And that is 6 down, 2 left, 2 minutes of work to go. Reverse lunge is next. Feet about hip width. Stepping back in 3, 2, 1, and go. Trying to control that descent. So those quads are kicking in, the hamstrings are kicking in, the core is helping. 30 seconds to go. It's another move we don't really want to speed up. Down to 15. Here's the final 10. 3, 2, 1. Recover. And 7 down. This is last. Final set is going to be your hips high crawl. Starting from down dog. Inverted V. We've got 3, 2, 1, and go. Last set, guys. Great job. Let's finish strong. So this one you can accelerate a little bit if you want to. You can also take it nice and slow. Keep your form. Okay, we're down to 30 seconds. Good. Keep pushing, guys. Keep pushing. 20 to go. Mind over matter here. Last 15. You're done in 10. And we've got 3, 2, 1. Done. Awesome. Good work, guys. Really good job. Those 1-minute work sets can be very tough. You handled them really nicely. We're going to just shake out for a sec, sip of water, towel off, shake out, and then we're going to come into our cool down, and we'll start it off with our chest. So if you have something to hold on to or push against, like a wall or a tree, that's great. So we'll turn away. And we can put the opposite hand on the area that we're stretching, chest, shoulders. So that arm is out at about, usually about shoulder height is good. And we have 3, 2, 1, and we'll switch it over, other side. So the chest can get really tight, especially if you're doing a lot of work on your phone or your computer. And we have 3, 2, 1, so we'll release that. And we're going to move on to quad stretch. So we want to grab the outside ankle if you can reach it. And if it's difficult to reach, then you can use a belt or yoga strap or a stretch strap. Or sometimes you can prop the top of your foot up on a stable object as long as it's not too high. That can work too. And we have 3, 2, 1, and we're going to take it to the other side. Same thing here. And just notice, is there a difference between the two quads? One tighter than the other? What are you feeling at the knee? And we've got 3, 2, 1, and we'll release that.
Want to do TFL before hamstring? It's all the sides.
Okay, so we're going to do a stretch for the outside of the hip. And this is called the teacup. So we have one foot forward. The other leg slides behind slightly. And then we're opening up the hip of the back leg by raising the arm and side bending slightly towards the back leg, away from the front. 3, 2, 1, and we will do the same thing to the other side. So you don't have to force this one. Sometimes people really push that hip way out.
Like in a Pavel book.
But it doesn't have to be so extreme.
You don't have to sit on the outside of your head.
And we have 3, 2, 1. So we'll release that and we'll go to our hamstring. Okay, we're going to go from the ground, from our back, elevate one leg, other leg, either straight or knee bent. Can also do this from a standing or kneeling position. And we got 3, 2, 1, and we're going to switch it to the other leg. Good job, you guys. And then after this, I think we'll get maybe glutes and low back. And we've got 3, 2, 1. So we're going to release that. And then we'll take an ankle across the opposite thigh. And then we're going to pick up the bottom leg Bring that knee towards your shoulder. And we have 3, 2, 1, and we'll switch it over to the other side. Ankle across opposite thigh. Three, two, one, and we'll release that. And we'll just bring knees to chest for a nice little hug. And you can roll forward and back or side to side. And we got 3, 2, 1, and done. Good work, you guys. Nice going. Good to see you all. We're going to put hands in the center for a little beast cheer on 3. In 1, 2, 3, beast. All right, guys, have a beautiful day, and hopefully maybe we'll see you next week. Okay. Bye.
Good to see you.
See ya. Bye, you guys.